One thing that strikes me about this piece is that it's actually a very happy piece. It was actually a very unhappy period, but it was a happy moment in that unhappy period when he was vacationing with this violinist, and they were lovers too, and he was really excited, wrote this violin concerto, and he just poured his heart out, and practically the whole thing is very happy, except for the second movement, which however was written later. He replaced the original second movement. The whole thing is also very ballet-like. I think every single piece he writes, even when it's not a ballet, is still somehow a ballet. So there's all these figurations that sound like they're jumps or lifts, and you can just imagine somebody dancing. Tchaikovsky's favorite composer was actually Mozart, and he loves the elegance of Mozart and the lightness of Mozart. And in the first theme of the Tchaikovsky, one can feel that influence quite a lot. It has this kind of classical elegance. And then the second theme is when it's the really romantic side of Tchaikovsky. And I think it's important to bring out that distinction. This is a very, very emotional piece. And basically every part of it is really very expressive, full of character. And so I'm just hoping to somehow communicate that in my playing. And it's also one of the most exciting violin concertos. He really set out to wanting to write a very virtuosic violin concerto. For example, it's very common for an audience to applaud after the first movement. And actually it's almost a little disappointing if they don't. It changes all the time. This is a piece that actually is never quite the same in two performances that I play. I always make notes after every performance about what I want to do differently next time. And next time I do it differently, but then I think, well, maybe it was better the other time. It changes a lot. Actually, there's probably no other piece where I've changed the tempi as much as in this piece. I just can't. There is not really one right way that I arrive at, that I think, okay, that's it, that's what I want. It's just, in some music there actually is. Eventually I finally find the way that I want to play it. But in Tchaikovsky, it keeps evolving, and in each moment, in each hall, with each orchestra, and it's going to be a bit different. There are those people who want a very kind of understated, elegant approach. Then there are those people who want the other extreme, like a very romantic or a very schmaltzy approach. There's, of course, a lot of Russian folk elements in the last movement, for example. They really want that brought out. Or everybody sees something else in the piece, and I think all these elements are in there somehow.